good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this video. Anyway, we've got a 2017 Audi A3 which has covered 120,000 miles. It's been for a service somewhere and they've noticed that it's got a little bit of a gearbox oil leak. So we're going to have a little look and see where that leak is coming from. Before we take it up in the air, we are going to have a little look for the lock and wheel nut. Now, I've had a look for the lock and wheel nut. Now, whenever I can't find them, I always say to Steve, just have a little look, find the lock in it. Within a couple of minutes, he's like, walks up to you and he goes, what's this? Anybody else who's got that in their workshop, they can't find it, then someone else can find it straight away. Lock and wheel, that's a bane in my life. Of course he found the lock and wheel nut. Where was it, Steve?
Really?
Where was the lock and wheel nut?
What?
In the toolbox, isn't it?
Yeah, alright.
I had a look in the toolbox and I couldn't find it. Do my head in there, dude. Anyway, right. We get this wheel off in a wheel arch, or at least the front half of it, and pull it round so we can gain access to the side of the gearbox. I know where the oil's coming from. It is coming from the two little end caps. So we're going to get involved and get them replaced. Right, now with that wheel and wheel arch now out of the way, you can clearly see them seals at the end of the gearbox. They have rotted away. Stupid design. Stupid design. Now, oh, look at it. In the wheel arch itself, there is a hole right by there, and that is right where that seal goes, and it's open to all the elements, stones flashing, stones flicking through it. You can understand why they rot. But anyway, this car is also having a gearbox service. Now I have just run Graham up at TPS in Chester, and he was like, yeah, I've got them in stock, I'll send them out to you this afternoon. So I'm going to take it up in the air and just drain the gearbox out of it. Drain the gearbox oil out. Lovely receptacle. Car is fully raised. Now there is two drain plugs on this. One at the back of the gearbox. We'll get that one wanged out. And then once all that oil is drained out, it looks relatively clean, to be honest. There is another filling spout just in the middle that you take out. Be careful because it is plastic and it will snap. Should just fall out. And also there's another little drain plug at the front of the gearbox. Wait for this to drain out now. Now there's a lot of you have probably already seen this, but I thought I'll just show you the ones that haven't. What is it? An 8mm Allen key. And that is the filling tube. And that is the front one undone. And you'd be surprised how much oil comes out of them. All the oil is now drained out. Let's have a little look and see how bad these are. Look at that. I was only going to change these two, these bottom ones, but they do give you 3 in a kit. Got them offline. I don't know, I can't remember who my boss got them off. But that top one, we will be replacing that as well because that isn't the best. The last thing I want to do is do all this, change them in a couple of months or 12 months time. That one leaking up there as well. So I'm going to get them all changed. A little toffee hammer, a little screwdriver, turn pry bar, whatever it wants to be. Identifies as a seal removal tool today. Anyway, got a little hole in it. Lock it in. It should prise out a little bit, like that. We'll do the same to this bottom one. Right, now I've done exactly the same to the bottom one. I'm just gonna, where's it gone? Brake and clutch cleaner. I'm gonna give everything a nice clean. And I'm gonna go and get, where's it gone now? I can't find anything today. One of them days. I did have some, hang on. Now with it being an aluminium casing, it's got to be nice and clean when you put the new seal in. What I'm going to do, some 3M Scotch pad. We're just going to give the surface area a little bit of a clean where the new seal is going to be sliding in. Right, well I've already gone ahead and put the one of them in. Now how I did it, so I'm going to show you right now. Get a little bit of rubber grease, red rubber grease. Put a little bit right around the edges. You don't want a lot. Just a little smattering of it. And a little toffee hammer. And they should just knock straight in. Now when you're putting them in, the seals pretty much need to be flush with the gearbox housing. I might have to just get a little bit of a tap and just tap it in. That's it. Make sure it's flush all the way around. It needs to go a little bit there in that corner. This does identify as a seal insertion tool. And that now is in. Got a little bit of a clean with some brake clutch cleaner. And that is the lower two done. Now, I've got to do this top one. And to do the top one, I've just got to put the engine support on, support the engine, and load the gearbox down. I've had to go ahead and drop the vehicle down, obviously, because we do need to remove the airbox, battery tray out of the way so we can get access to the gearbox mount. Not too much drama because the oil filter for the gearbox is right down the back there, which I will show you in a couple of minutes. Right, let's get all this out of the way. Everything is now out of the way, and I've also undone the 318s from the gearbox mount. I'm going to take the vehicle back up and just lower the gearbox down so we can access that tiny little seal at the top. As you can see, we've now got the vehicle half raised again. We can go ahead and lower the gearbox. Now I tell you what, that under engine support is a fantastic tool, especially because I do all the bigger jobs where it's gearbox, timing belt. It's always in use, always in use. Now you wait. I bet if I drop this gearbox down now, you will get a little bit more oil out the box. There you go, tiny, tiny little bit. So we're getting as much gearbox oil out as we can. Anyway, we've now got a lot of access to that top seal. Right, well a little bit of magic has gone on. I've gone ahead and fitted that top seal the same way as I did this one and this one. Straightforward. As long as you make sure they're just flush with the gearbox, them seals are going to be perfect. Now I have given everything a little bit of a clean down with some brake and clutch cleaner, so if anything does leak, well, you can clearly see. But we've got all the oil off it now. I'm going to go for my dinner now, and I'm just going to leave these drain, well, for as long as I can, because the gearbox fluid isn't quite here just yet. I thought, I've had my dinner. While I'm waiting for all the bits, I might as well try and get this car back together. Go back to previously when I said there's a hole in the splash guard. I can't understand why they've left that hole there. There's obviously a reason why they've done it, but I think if they would have just, they'd never have a problem there. Never, ever, ever have a problem. But anyway, I'm going to get this wheel on, drop it down and put everything at the top, I think. Well, I've gone ahead and removed the gearbox oil filter, which is just down the back there. Now, I think it has been done before. I might be wrong. I don't think that is a genuine filter. Because normally they've got VW or VAG or Audi or something like that on them. But it looks genuine-ish. Give that a little bit of a clean. Like I said, that oil looks relatively clean, in all fairness. Finally, the genuine oil has now turned up, 7 litres of it. Now this is expensive. And there is a new filter, which you can see it has got VAG on it and some sealing washers. Now it is different to that filter, so I think I was right in saying it has been done previously. Well, no doubt, because it's probably, well, it has done 120,000 miles. Should we go ahead and get this new filter put in? Now what I like to do on these is just put the mileage and use that actual filter housing as a bit of a service book kind of thing. Just write on it the mileage, so you know. Anyway, let's plod on. Let's get this gearbox filled. And I tell you what, I've been getting a headache lately, and I think what it is, you know that light that I put underneath the bonnet? That like blue, bright, really bright light. Well, it's shining now. I think it's that that's giving me a headache. So I'm going to have a look for a new light, maybe 4,500k, I think up to 600k. Or if anybody knows of a good, like a natural light LED batten, let me know in the comments. But anyway, let's get this fill bung back in now. Fill level, and that only needs to be finger tight. It doesn't need to be tight at all. We can go ahead, get the adapter, the gearbox, screw that in. We're going to put 7 litres in it. Get that plugged into there, pump that in, and get 7 litres in. Gearbox is now filled up. I've got the engine running, and we're going to cycle through the gears for about 5 to 10 seconds in each gear and work our way through. You do it a few times, get that oil pumping around the gearbox. Now I've just gone to plug my diag tool in, and the VCI is updating, so we've got to wait 10 minutes anyway for that. We've got to get this gearbox oil up to about 30 degrees just to make sure that we can get the, well, we can set the level for it. While I'm waiting for this gearbox to get up to temperature, I tell you what, I am going to be taking advantage of these heaters today. They're on full volume. Oh, I think today is probably the coldest I've felt. Oh, it's unbelievably cold. And of course, everybody's standing around my little heater. Anyway, not to worry. It's the longest part ever, getting these gearboxes up to temperature. Anyway, let's get it up to temperature. While I've been sat in this car now for about 10-15 minutes, thawing my face with the heaters on full bore, and we're only just at 21 degrees. Cycling through the gears. Another 10 minutes or so. Best hurry up because I've got to go home soon. It is now 5 to 4. Finally, we're at the right temperature. You might not be able to, it is noisy underneath here. You're going to take the drain plug out. Now, depending on what colour drain, well, fill level that you've got, you've got to wind it out 2 turns. So put that in there. Put that in there. 1, 2. And leave that now drain until it stops. Complete waste of oil, but that is the way that you've got to do it. And there we go, that is the oil level now set. Everything now is chalked up, and I've cleaned it off with a brake and clutch cleaner. As you can see, it is all nice and clean. Chalked up, put a little line on it. And also just on the front there, a little bit of a record. Easier to see, I should imagine, when you take the belly pan off. Anyway, let's drop the car down. And there we have it. That car is now done. Gearbox seals, gearbox service, and also I've just given everything a little bit of a clean underneath the bonnet, and it is all about presentation, because this customer, it could go up, well, he could go home, open the bonnet, what's been done to my car, something looks as if it's been done. But anyway, I'm going to take this car down the road for a little bit of a test drive. No doubt it's going to be okay. It was just leaking oil. Now I'm going to leave the belly pan off for tonight, take it for a little bit of a test drive, because I need to clean the belly pan because it's covered, absolutely plastered in oil. I'm going to try and clean it down in the morning the best I can, leave it dry, and then put the belly pan back on. I can also check, just double check if everything has been done right. There's no reason why it shouldn't have been done right. But anyway, if you've made it this far and you've liked the video, please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe. And I will I don't know why I was pointing my finger up like a do as you're told. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I will definitely see you on the next video. Take it easy. Let's get it sent.